Okay, welcome, Miss Nancy. My name is Cecilia, and I'll be interviewing Nancy for the position of secretary tonight. Nancy, if you could introduce yourself, including which school you're from, which position you're running for, and what positions you've held in your past.
Hi everyone, my name is Nancy Nguyen. I am from Loyola University of New Orleans. So I am here tonight running for UVSA Secretary. In the past, I have been the Community Service Chair for LASO as well as President this past year.
Okay, perfect. As you know, a term for a Gulf Coast UVSA position is 2 years. If you win your nomination, what do you hope to accomplish in your 2 years here?
For my 2 years in UVSA, one of my main goals that I wish to accomplish is more unity among all the schools in the Gulf Coast. It is a difficult task considering Mississippi and Alabama and Louisiana, they're not like super close to each other. And going to each other's events obviously is a task that we have to overcome. But I do have some ideas that would hopefully help bring the schools closer together, bring the presidents together, and because I feel like this past year we know each other on the surface, but we don't know each other well enough to address issues in VSAs, and so we're missing that like close knit bond that like helps us open up to each other and discuss VSA issues or anything that comes up.
Okay. Um, can you describe some of your strengths and weaknesses for the position you've applied for?
Let's see. Strengths. I'm super organized. I'm very detailed. I like to cross my T's and dot my I's. For example, for all my classes in school since high school till now, I have 2 notebooks for each class. One to take notes in class and then one to transcribe the notes after class. Because in class, they get messy and I just like to have things neat and organized. So obviously being organized would help me in being a secretary because I'll have all our files, organized and nothing will be lost. It'll be easy for me to pull up files needed for necessary for meetings. I can keep track of minutes. I can keep track of important documents that we need. And then also let's see what else. I do have 2 computers too, so it'll be easy for me to like separate UVSA and like personal stuff, so I won't accidentally like upload personal essays to a meeting. As for other strengths, I'm very patient, I feel, and so like working with obviously UVSA e-board, it's a big group. Like we're gonna have people from Mississippi, we're gonna have people from Alabama. Sometimes we're not gonna be all on the same page. And so with that, you need a lot of patience to accomplish your goals. Otherwise, you're not going to get anything done. And I feel like I do have a lot of patience to be able to like wait and see where people are at and wait for people to get on the same page. Okay. As for weaknesses, I do procrastinate sometimes. It is something that we all fall into. Unfortunately, I've done my best to do better. But yes, procrastination is a weakness. Hopefully it'll get better.
It's okay. We've all been there. Okay. So as secretary, you might be given a task or a goal that might be too large for just one person to accomplish by themselves. So what experiences do you have with delegation?
Well, let's see. When I was community service chair for LASO, towards the end of the year, it was really stressful to carry out Iron Chef. We were actually on the verge of canceling Iron Chef. We had a week left. We were like, oh no, we can't do this. We can't get this done. And so we were planning on cancel it. Fortunately, I felt like we couldn't cancel such a big event because it's something we do every year and just canceling it wouldn't be right. So I decided to step up and actually like handle all the planning for Iron Chef. So I don't know how, but I was able to plan Iron Chef in a whole week. When usually this event takes like months to prepare. We were, with the help of all the e-board that year, like we were able to pull it off and pull off Iron Chef in a whole week. So that took a lot of delegating. It's like had to step up, had like, hey, can you go do this for me? Can you do that? I'll do this, and we need to get this done. And also being president as of LASO this past year, that's a lot of delegating you have to do to get events done, to get meetings done. So being secretary of UVSA, I think the only issue is just it's on a bigger scale since you're doing the whole region, but the same skills are still there. I'm still able to apply my skills. I just have to maximize them to the region.
Okay. So what led you, what made you want to run for secretary?
I wanted to run for secretary because I feel like I'm not done with VSA just yet. I mean, this past year I was president, so it's like you can only go up from there, is how I feel. And you know, this year being president, it wasn't an easy year. We had a lot of drawbacks, we had a lot of difficulties, and there are many things like I wish I could have done better. But unfortunately, I can't go back in time and change that. So I hope that if I'm able to be a part of UVSA e-board, I can sort of redeem myself in a way, like do what I couldn't do with LASO, but do it for the whole region. And also, I feel like a lot of people have this perception. I'm a very quiet leader. Like, I'm very quiet, I'm very soft-spoken. Not many people have seen a lot of me. And I want to prove to people that I can be better than that. I'm not always quiet. I can be bubbly, I can be outspoken, I can be a leader you've never seen before. And I feel like now that, you know, my time with LASO is coming to an end, I'll have more energy for UVSA with all the experience that I've gained. And it's an experience I really look forward to having.
Wow. Okay. So being a part of Gulf Coast UVSA e-board, you might hear some criticism directed at your board and maybe even at yourself. So how would you handle such criticism?
Well, first off, I know for a fact I would not externalize it outside of UVSA eBoard. If we do get criticism, I would really like it to keep it within UVSA. And if it's criticism towards our actions or how we carry things out, and if it's repetitive criticism, it might be an issue that we would have to discuss as an e-board. Like, hey, people are noticing we do this continuously. Like, this isn't something that they want to see from us, because we're here to serve the Gulf Coast. Really, like, we're here because they need us, essentially. And so, you know, if they're criticizing what we do and they're not liking it, then they're not going to want us again later on. So if it's repetitive criticism, we have to keep it to ourselves, but like address it so that we can keep these criticisms from repeating themselves, from coming.
Okay, last question.
Okay.
Easy one. Do you have any closing words for the constituency?
This is a position I really, really would love to have. It's just, VSA has done so much for me. Like, I never pictured myself being this far, honestly. Freshman year, I came in and VSA wasn't something I looked forward to. It was something that was like, oh, it's whatever, no big deal. And then like as soon as I got in, like, I can't back out. And it holds a special place in my heart. And another reason why like I want to serve this region is because I want to give back. Like, I've met so many incredible people through VSA, through Camp Delta, and, you know, through all of our events, through President's Retreat. And it's just such a great feeling that like I have this chance to give back and to show them like I've learned, I've grown, and like I can't really describe it really well, but it's just like, you know, VSA just holds like such a dear place in my heart, and I just want to give back like as much as I can. So if that calls for me being like being secretary for UVSA, like so be it. Like I'm more than willing to do it. And I also want to inspire future leaders. There are so many leaders that have inspired me to be the person I am today. And I hope that I can inspire younger generations to step up and to speak up and be an incredible leader. Like just inspire them and like help them know that like they're a great leader. They just need the right people to like lead them and guide them the right way.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for taking the time out. And for everyone
Thank you
else
for
that's
having
watching,
me.
thank you. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
Bye
Okay.
guys.
Bye, Nancy.